Impromptu midday break video. I'm on my break from work right now, and some things came up today at work that I thought it might be important to address because, a lot of times when people see people on YouTube, they think those people don't have struggles, that, you know, uh, I don't know, they get the illusion that, people just because they are online, they don't have problems and issues. But I'm lighting some sage right now. This isn't going to be a long video. I just kind of wanted to come on and chit chat for a few minutes and wanted to talk about, uh, this morning or in one of the recent videos, we got the decluttering our friendships and being aware of the people that are in your environment and the effect that they have on you. And today I was very much confronted with that. You know, so often in life, we think that people are our friends or that they care, or, we give the relationship more value than it truly has. Um, And today I'm specifically speaking of coworkers, but you can apply that to any area of your life. Anybody that, no matter how you know them, when I've said it before and I'll say it again, when you don't give somebody what they want and they turn cruel, that means that that person doesn't really like you. You're just there to serve a purpose, whatever that purpose is. And when you don't fill that purpose, when you say no or you object or whatever the case may be, you see their true colors, and it took me a long, long, long time in life to understand and accept that when somebody shows you their true colors, don't try to repaint them. No, it's not, it doesn't feel good to understand and accept that people don't value you. Yes, that hurts on so many different levels. But as we grow older and as we go through life, we start to see that the only way I could be a better person than you is to just say no. Oh, life is worth everything. You are loved. And oh, thank you. I needed that today. We talk about it often here, and it's so important to not only love ourselves and appreciate ourselves, but we want to feel loved and appreciated by other people, especially people that we value. We value their opinion, we value their friendship in our life, whatever kind of friendship that is. And it hurts when you see those true colors, when you finally accept the fact that, okay, this person or people don't value me as much as I value them or as much as I value myself. They don't appreciate whatever role you're filling. And we don't get me wrong, we all have bad days. We all have days where it's a little bit harder to be nice. It's a little bit harder to not carry, our heart on our sleeve because of, things that we deal with in our own personal lives, whether it's financial, physical, like health issues, whether, we're just overwhelmed by a certain situation. It um it's a very conflicting energy. And when we're at that place in our lives where we need that encouragement, that reassurance from other places, and we don't get it, it hurts. Depending on where you're at on your path, how old you are, the things that you've gone through in life, some of those things you may have already learned, some of those things you may be learning right now. Hello. Uh, I hope everybody's having a great day so far today. I pray that the Heavenly Father clothes you in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens your discernment and guides your steps as you go throughout this day. I'm sending you loads of positive, loving, healing energy. You can never get too much of that. But all that being said, I wanted to come on and give a midday encouragement because it's something that I've struggled with most of the day today. Love yourself, and love yourself enough to be able to see when somebody shows you their true colors. When So even if it's somebody that you value, somebody that you trust, even maybe somebody that you cherish, when that person or people have no regard for how their actions, their words affect you or hurt you, the truth of it is they just really don't care. And yes, it hurts to acknowledge that, to see that, to feel that. But I speak from experience when I say when somebody shows you their true colors, if you either ignore it altogether, you try to repaint them and, make excuses for them or whatever, the time will eventually come where the next time it'll hurt more. The next time it'll hurt more. The next time it may cause actual issues in your life because you've allowed that person to hold a position in your life. So I don't want to say that every situation is that way, but something that I learned a long time ago, when somebody is angry or somebody is drunk, you can always count on the truth. Because when they're in that frame of mind, when somebody is angry or somebody, we'll just say intoxicated, not even necessarily drunk, but intoxicated in some way, they have no filter. So they just say whatever they think. And yeah, they may come back later and be like, oh, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yes, they did mean it. Yes, they did. Because if they didn't mean it, they would have never said it. It's just it's the brutal truth. And that's not going to make it hurt any less. Honestly, that may make it hurt more, especially if it's somebody that you've been good to. We can never truly know what someone's intentions are. All we can, confirmation, all we can do is be true with our intentions, with our words, with our effort. All we can do is do us, and be the best version of us. And part of that process is acknowledging and understanding when there are people around us that don't value us. They take advantage. You could even word it as, you're just a tool. You feel a need, you feel a purpose, you feel a void, you know, fill in the blank. You fill some kind of role for them. And when you no longer do that, you see the true side of how they really feel. And it's unfortunate. It really is. And I've cried about it today. I've vented about it today. You know, I have a very like I people get the impression that I have a very tough exterior, but in reality, I'm a big old softy on the inside. My feelings get hurt really easy. It doesn't take much to make me cry. Even if I don't let other people see me cry, it doesn't take much. And there's a lot of people out there that are like that. They wear that armor, they wear that facade because they don't want people to know how hurt, how much hurt that other people can cause, you know? Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I didn't want it to be a long video. Um, Going back to, I wanted to just kind of repeat the mantras that we had this morning. I refuse to deprive myself of the tiny, splurgy pleasures that spark my daily joy. I'm a lot more fun when I'm not a hollow, gray husk of resentment. A little smidge of manners goes a long way, each and every day. Saying thank you, holding doors, Venmoing right away instead of waiting for the awkward request that no one wants to have to send. And that goes, manners in all shapes and sizes. Being kind, being honest, being understanding, being respectful, being well spoken, speaking kind words, not angry words. It was 11:33 on the timer when I looked. Didn't we get 1313 as one of our numbers this morning? All right. As always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. Stay positive, stay strong, and I'll see you next time.